Aries, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. I apologize as I have fallen off schedule with my uploads, and I will be posting sporadically over the next month or so as I am trying to relocate once again. So here we go. Interesting. It looks here in your hopes. So you're looking for the illumination not to be blown out of proportion, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of like you want an easy aha moment. You just want to shed enough light on something so you can figure it out in a workable package, in pieces that you can work with. You don't want so much to be illuminated that it's too big for you to make sense of. I don't know how else to say it. It's like imagine that you're doing a jigsaw puzzle, right? And there's red flowers. You're just seeking out the pieces with red so you can figure out just one portion at a time. It's like enough that you can digest. Because if you look at all of the pieces and you're like, oh, geez, flowers. Do you see what I mean? You're focusing in on the red flowers. So it gives you two things to narrow in on to help you find the pieces that you need for the moment. You aren't looking at every piece going, okay, let's separate out all the flowers. So I hope that makes sense. So you're hoping for illumination that isn't too overwhelming, that doesn't blow things out of proportion, and lets you put things together in a systematic or, yeah, a systematic way. What you fear is that you will get so emotionally excited, or you will fall in love with the idea of how something could be. But you recognize that that's a bad habit. You will often project on how amazing something could be rather than see for the reality that it is. So I'm going to go back to that puzzle piece analogy. You throw this puzzle on the table and you see all these hundreds of pieces and you're like, oh yeah, it's going to be a picture by 10 o'clock tonight. But the reality is it's probably going to take you 4 to 5 days to put it together, and you'll be more frustrated than you will excited at times. Does that make sense? I'm going to go back over this one more time and give it another analogy. The reality of the situation, though, is that you are feeling very, very guarded because of a sense of lack, but you aren't alone in this sense of lack. Okay? So it's you and somebody else, and you feel like you're the protector of that other person, despite the fact that you guys are both lacking. So, to drop the puzzle piece analogy, what I'm getting is you're looking for just enough information to take the next step forward. You want to take this journey one step at a time. You fear getting ahead of yourself and overzealous, but the reality of the situation is you might be blocking your own illumination because you're trying to protect somebody else as you are stuck in a place of lack with another person. I like it. The King of Swords is the chess player of the deck. This is the guy who has the strategy, who seeks out the truth and the facts and works with what he has in a very strategic and systematic way. Second time I use the word systematic, so pay attention to that. Then you have the King of Wands, who's a very benevolent leader. So this is you strategically working things out for yourself, but this is the leader in you that's assisting this other person, protecting this other person. You have a duty an obligation of your own free will to this person. You've chosen to assist them, and you want to be a man of your word, or a woman of your word, depending. And you recognize that even though there's a sense of lack right now, that you have the resources to create. You just haven't processed these things through a framework yet, or you haven't taught the other person to process them through a framework in order to make them tangible. But you are very confident that you will come out successful on the other end, and that you will be able to assist this person in the process. And you need that other person just as much as they need you. This isn't a codependent relationship. This is a symbiotic relationship. You might be helping this person financially, whereas they are helping you emotionally, or vice versa. You might be helping this person spiritually as they are helping you emotionally. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is an interdependent relationship, you and this other energy. It can be a friend, it can be a family member, it can be a child, it can be a lover, it could be a work relationship. Whatever the situation is, you are putting a lot of work and effort into something to help somebody in one way because you have the resources for that and you are lacking. You recognize, and they are lacking in what you're good at. Vice versa, they are helping you in what you were lacking. Congratulations, Aries. You found the perfect balance for you and another person to elevate each other. So pay very, very close attention to this other energy, this other person that you're working with, because they are giving back to you exactly what you are giving them. It's just not on the same platform. You're both learning and you're both growing from each other. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, because you've clearly found another human that serves your highest good. So stay with that and keep that energy positive. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will see you next week.